Well, hi there. Warm welcome. You're watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive and I'm Meghna Deka. Well, today, viewers, there is an interesting divide which has taken the entire nation. And interestingly, this divide is not ideological, it is not political, it is the divide over population. Should India revise the population policy that we have had of hum do, hamare do? Remember the ads that we have seen in our childhood? But remember, these ads came up at a time when the population policy was based on that census decades back. Is it time to revisit our population policy? Why is it that southern states especially are worried about aging population? What happens if India's fertility rate continues to decline at the rate that it is right now? Well, we are going to be looking into some of those questions today in the show. But let's tell you what really sparked off this entire controversy. It started with none other than RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat. He reignited the debate today surrounding the country's population growth, expressing concern over the declining birth rate. In fact, Mohan Bhagwat has warned that society could face serious challenges if population falls below the critical 2.1 replacement level. He has in fact emphasized that since human beings cannot be born in fractions, families must aim to have at least 3 children, that every couple must have 3 children to ensure that the population remains sustainable and above the growth rate. In fact, with this comment, he has sparked off a massive storm. But first, listen in to what exactly it is he has said.
कुटुंबाची संख्येचा उल्लेख झाला, जनसंख्या कमी होते भरतीता चिंतेचा विषय आहे. त्याचं कारण हे शास्त्र, लोकसंख्या शास्त्र जे आधुनिक ते असं सांगतं की 2.1 च्या खाली जायला लागलो तर तो समाजच नष्ट होतो. पृथ्वीच्या पाठीवर तो राहत नाही. कोणी त्याला मारेल असं नाही. तो काही नसलं संकट तरी तो समाज नष्ट होतो, पुढे चालत नाही. अनेक भाषा अशा नष्ट झाल्या, अनेक समाज असे नष्ट झाले. 2.1 च्या खाली येतात. आपल्या देशाची जनसंख्या नीती 1998 वगैरे मध्ये ठरली का 2002 मध्ये ठरली, साल माहित नाही मला. पण त्याच्यातही असं सांगतात की 2.1 च्या खाली 2.1 म्हणजे 0.1 तर माणूस जन्मत नाही. 2 पेक्षा जास्ती पाहिजे, 3 पाहिजे कमीत कमी, असं शास्त्र सांगतं. पण ही संख्या ही याकरता महत्वाची आहे की टिकलं पाहिजे की नाही. टिकलं पाहिजे असं आपल्याला सगळ्यांना वाटतं, कारण ते आपलं आहे. ते किती चांगलं आहे वाईट आहे हे मूल्यांकन नंतर असतं, ते आपलं आहे. आपण कुटुंबात हेच शिकतो ना.
So after these comments of Mohan Bhagwat, now the opposition is accusing the RSS and BJP of speaking in contradictory tones. In fact, you have the opposition coming out and criticizing the BJP and the RSS with these comments that you can see. They are claiming that the government is indulging in doublespeak. While Prime Minister Modi has expressed concerns over the rise in Muslim population, Mohan Bhagwat is advocating for a 3-child policy to maintain population growth. Opposition is also questioning the logic behind pushing for higher growth rates in a country which is already battling severe poverty. Further, mocking Bhagwat's comments, you have AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi. He says that the government should now start another scheme after Ladli Behna. It should start Ladli Aulad scheme. Listen in to the quips coming in.
महाराष्ट्र में सरकार बन रही है, आप बोलिए लाडली औलाद के नाम पे जो ज्यादा बच्चे पैदा करेगा 3,000 रुपए देंगे अकाउंट में डालिए. प्रधानमंत्री क्यों कहे पार्लियामेंट इलेक्शन में कि मुस्लिम महिला ज्यादा बच्चे पैदा करते हैं? तो ये हिपोक्रेसी है बीजेपी आरएसएस की.
मोहन भागवत जी को देश के पॉपुलेशन के बारे में बहुत चिंता हो रही है. आज हमारी देश की पॉपुलेशन लगभग 150 करोड़ हो गई. और कितनी पॉपुलेशन बढ़ाना चाहते हैं सर संघ चालक? ये जो सलाह है आपके बीजेपी के लोगों को दीजिए. एक जगह पर आपकी सरकार कुटुंब कल्याण, कुटुंब नियोजन की योजना चलाती है. ये दोगली नीति है.
कुछ खींचतान है नरेंद्र मोदी जी में और आरएसएस में. देखिए, आरएसएस और जो अभी तक की वर्किंग रही उसमें सरकार के बीच समन्वय हो जाता, बातचीत हो जाती. सरकार की कुछ नीति, भागवत जी कुछ और बोल रहे हैं. तो क्या ये सिर्फ पब्लिक कंजम्पशन के लिए?
Well, of course, BJP has come out and supported Mohan Bhagwat. But why is there a demand now that a red alarm has been sounded over India's declining youth population? Well, here is the problem. Let's tell you about, especially in the southern states, why there is a red alert which has been sounded over the declining fertility rates. Let's start with the state of Andhra Pradesh. In Andhra Pradesh, from 1992 to 93, the fertility rate stood at 2.6, which has now dropped to 1.7. This is in the state of Andhra Pradesh. The second state, let's look at Telangana. In Telangana, from 1.8 in 2015-16, by 2019, within 4 to 5 years, it has dropped to 1.7 already. Then you have other states, for example, Kerala. In Kerala, in 1992, it was around 2, the fertility rate. The fertility rate in the latest that we have is 2019 stands at 1.8. As you can see, in all these states, the fertility rate has been declining, as has India's overall fertility rate as well. In the state of Tamil Nadu, a similar story. From 2.5 in 1992, it has come down to 1.8 in 2019. And this is just some of the states of India. In Karnataka too, you've seen from 1992, where the fertility rate was around 2.9. This is the sharpest decline that we have. In 2019, it's 1.7. So that is the drop that we have seen. Meanwhile, listen in to what Congress's MP Karti Chidambaram has to say. He obviously completely against what Mohan Bhagwat has said. He said, "Ek bacha is the best."
This is a theory which is going around. Even many people, including Elon Musk, think that the world population is decreasing. I don't think India has reached a stage where we will not have replacement population. I still think that small families are welcome. I am an only child. I only have one child.
So let me go across to our panelists. Joining us today on the show, we have Desh Ratan Nigam, a lawyer as well as an author. We also have Rahul Ishwar, who's joining us, an activist. Khaliqur Rahman is joining us, a political analyst, as well as IP Singh, an SP spokesperson. I'm going to go across first to Desh Ratan Nigam, because it's important for us to understand as to what really led to this change in stand of the RSS. Mr. Nigam, as we are all aware of, this is not what the stand of the BJP is. It is not the stand of the RSS in the past, because now there seems to be a complete U-turn. That is the U-turn that the opposition today is questioning. Why?
Well, Meghna, let us rise over a bit of time what the RSS is saying, including the 1998 policy of the Government of India, and 2002 also it was reiterated that the fertility rate should not go down to 2.1. That is the official stand of the government, where this is a replacement rate. And yes, there was hum do hamare do. There was a time and a requirement at that point of time. No wonder. Obviously, the things change. We revise our stance. What Bhagwat has clearly said. And if you look at the region-wise, state-wise, now this is a general statement that has been given, but it has to be scrutinized further and analyzed further, in the sense, as you rightly pointed out, look at the southern state, steep decline. 1.6 of them are 1.7 or 1.8 in one or two cases. It's a very steep decline, and that is 2019 data, and it must have further declined because no remedial measures have been taken down south. Now, secondly, also, when you look at the region-wise as also community-wise, studies are required to be done. Whatever results may come out, real measures take. Look at what has happened to Europe, where they have gone so below that they know that society in the next 3 years is going to almost vanish and probably be taken over by immigrants, where they are facing immigrant problems. So replacement level population policies are required. Yes, there are states like UP and Bihar or West Bengal or certain border states where, because of illegal immigration, it has exploded. Population has exploded. So we got to have very micro level thinking as well on this particular statement. The states which have above 2.1.
Right. But Desh Ratan Nigam, will there be a rethink of RSS as an ideology and also be replicated in the BJP? That was the question.
See, I don't know about it. It is for BJP to decide. It is the RSS, which is a social organization which works on the ground with the feedback that we have. which family is, unit of our society. Your family declines. Society, the family has to be healthy. And for a healthy family, you require children's, not an isolated.
Okay.
Also pointed out, their upbringing also becomes a problem because they have their own issues. So therefore, after a careful thought, Bhagwat ji has clearly pointed out there is a rethink so far as the policy.
Right.
It is for the BJP to take a call and have a detailed discussion on the subject. We do require further detailed discussions, region-wise, community-wise, border areas. All those have to be taken into
Southern
account.
states as well. That has been where the red alarm has been sounded the most. Let me go across to IP Singh. IP Singh जी, अगर रीथिंक हो गया है तो इसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या है? प्रॉब्लम ये है कि भागवत जी ने रीथिंक किया है पॉपुलेशन का. इज इट अबाउट राजनीति या एक पॉपुलेशन कंट्रोल फॉर द कंट्री एज अ पॉलिसी मैटर?
देखिए, देश की बढ़ती आबादी, हमारे जो घटते संसाधन हैं, उस पर अगर चीन को देखा जाए तो 1 चाइल्ड पॉलिसी, 2 चाइल्ड पॉलिसी वो लेकर आए. आज चीन दुनिया में कहां खड़ा है? आज देश में जो भी संसाधन हम जुटा रहे हैं, आप चारों तरफ देखिए, हाहाकार मचा हुआ है. सड़कें अगर 20 टन, 40 टन, 80 टन के हिसाब से अगर बनती हैं और लगता है कि 10 साल चलेंगी, वो 2 साल में टूट जाती हैं, क्योंकि उसपे ट्रैफिक कंजेशन बहुत होता है. सवाल यह है, स्कूलों में लाइन है, हॉस्पिटल में चले जाइए, बेड पर लाइन है, आप खाने को अगर कहीं है तो उस पर लाइन है. सवाल है कि देश की बढ़ती हुई आबादी और घटते हुए संसाधन में इस तरह से अगर वो अपील करते हैं तो मैं समझता हूं देश के साथ अन्याय है. उनकी बात कोई सुनने वाला नहीं है. और बल्कि जो भी देश से प्यार करेगा, जो भी भारत से प्यार करेगा, जो अपने बच्चों, अपने भविष्य को प्यार करेगा, निश्चित तौर से 150 करोड़.
आईपी सिंह जी, आपने एक बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात बोली. आपने अभी चीन का एग्जाम्पल दिया. आप रशिया भी तो देख सकते हैं. रशिया इज रिवर्सिंग दिस पॉलिसी. वो बोल रहे हैं प्लीज इंक्रीज द पॉपुलेशन. एंड लेट्स नॉट फॉरगेट, जो साउथ के स्टेट्स हैं और जिनमें आपके अलायंस पार्टनर्स भी गवर्नमेंट में रह चुके हैं, 2005 से ही देयर हैज बीन अ रिवर्सल. जो हम दो हमारे दो का पॉलिसी है अंडर द पंचायती राज एक्ट, उसमें anyone above who has more children than 2 were not allowed to contest. 2005 में there are 5 states, आज के दिन में 5 states which have already scrapped it. There is Andhra Pradesh, there is Madhya Pradesh, there is Chhattisgarh, there is Haryana, all of these, Himachal Pradesh. ये तो आपके ही अलायंस पार्टनर्स है. आपको ज्यादा दूर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. चीन क्यों देखें, हम तो सदर्न स्टेट्स ही देख लें.
नहीं, देखिए, आप वो सब बातें आप डेटा रख सकती हैं. कुछ राज्यों की
मैंने नहीं रखा. दिस इज द डिक्लाइनिंग फर्टिलिटी रेट. मैंने नहीं रखा. ये
ठीक बात है,
ये इकोनॉमिक सर्वे से.
लेकिन दुनिया हम पे हंसती है. हम बच्चों को दो टाइम भरपेट भोजन नहीं दे पाते. हम बच्चों को 1 कप दूध नहीं दे पा रहे हैं. हम एक फल नहीं दे पाते. हम एक अंडा नहीं दे पा रहे हैं. स्कूलों में, अच्छे स्कूलों में बच्चे का एडमिशन नहीं हो पा रहा है. अस्पतालों में इलाज नहीं हो पा रहा है. और भारत, जिसकी आबादी 150 करोड़ के लगभग 150 करोड़ हो गई हो, देश का सबसे आबादी वाला देश हो, और वहां इस बात की चिंता करी जाए और आरएसएस जैसे संगठन ये चिंता करें कि 3 बच्चे पैदा करिए, 4 बच्चे पैदा करिए, मैं समझता हूं कि उनकी बात को कोई भी सीरियसली नहीं लेगा.
राहुल ईश्वर जी, लेट मी ब्रिंग इन राहुल ईश्वर जी, क्योंकि वो भी हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं. ही इज ऑल्सो फ्रॉम द साउथ एंड perhaps would be aware as to why the state governments felt the pressing need, whether or not it's a central policy. State governments, successive ones from across the political divide, why are they worried about the aging population? Rahul Ishwar, because you have Asaduddin Owaisi, वो तो बोल रहे हैं क्या एक लाडली औलाद स्कीम बनाने वाली है.
Meghna ji, as a person from South and as a person who studies demography and as a Gandhian, let me touch the feet of Pujaniya Sarsang Chalak for raising this issue. See, South is going down in a very fast rate. Please remember, United Nations, WHO have all given 2.1 fertility rate as the desirable rate in the world. in India, our population is dipping, especially Hindu community's population is dipping. Please remember, there is no Muslim overpopulation. Muslim community's population is strong and healthy. It is around 2.3.
That actually has been declining as well, Rahul Ishwarji.
Yeah, that's declining. But please, there is no issue with the Muslim fertility rate. But the Hindu fertility rate, for example, in Kerala, is only 1.3. That means rather too much below the 2.1 level. The Christian community fertility rate is going below. It is 1.6 to 1.8. These are statistical, empirical data that is available with the government. That's the reason why we are saying we need a stabilizing ratio of something around 2.2 to 2.3. That's the reason why Pujaniya Sarsanchalak said you cannot.
But Rahul Ishwarji, Mohan Bhagwat never said it's about the Hindu population or the Muslim population. He talked about Indians.
Yeah,
said that Indians will face a problem with the aging population that we have and the dropping fertility. He never talked about the communities, which I would like to add is your conjecture.
Can I point out one thing? Yes, he has been very secular and nationalistic in saying so, but on ground, if you just check government data, there is no issue with Muslim fertility, but there is an issue with Hindu fertility. Let us not keep on lying that it is not happening. The Hindu population is declining is a reality we should address in a very secular way, without harming the Muslim interest or without hurting the Muslim community. See, it is a statistical reality. And just one more line.
Okay.
Kerala achieved replacement level fertility rate back in 1998. We are going down. Ghost towns are happening in Kerala. BBC reported that Kumbanad is going to be a ghost town. Pathanamthitta, where I come from, is going to be a ghost district. In 20 or 30 years' time, population is going to decline to such an extent that school, colleges and everything is going to be shut down. This is not by a RSS or a Hindu activist. This is by BBC coming to Kerala and reporting on Kerala. So demographic implosion is happening. And please remember, overpopulation is not the solution. Underpopulation is also not the solution. Optimum population of 2 to 3 children per family is the right way ahead.
I'm going to go across to Imran Ahmed, but before that, let me quickly give out the data and the stats so that we don't get misled by any kind of rhetoric here. When it comes to Muslim population from 2005, when it was 3.4%, now it has actually come down in 2019 to 2.4. When it comes to Hindus, it is 2.6 in 2005. When it comes to 2019, it is 1.9. So that's just to lay out the facts. But then let me go across to Imran Ali. Do you think there is more than just best for the nation? There is a larger political agenda here, because let's not forget the southern states also have been very worried about the entire delimitation process. They have been worried that if the population decreases in the south, the number of Lok Sabha seats, for example, that they are going to be getting is also going to decline in future. That they fear, isn't it true, Imran Ahmed Ali? That they fear may reduce the importance of the southern states or any other state where there is a declining population.
You know, it's so sad that now every topic of debate or any discussion always turns into Hindu-Muslim. The fact remains that today no statement with respect to Muslims or Hindus was made, and let's not make an effort to turn it into that. And I absolutely agree with you that there has been a reduction irrespective. Now here we are talking about reduction of population within India, where we should actually and take priority on the fact that there is a scarcity of resources. Every Indian go to bed at night with having 1 square meal a day. There is an immense impact on our resources. Climate change is a battle that we are suffering from. We are suffering with unemployment. We are suffering with underemployment. We've got, the problem with the poverty trap is that it is the rapid overpopulation that actually impacts the lower income group. And that is the lower income group that does not get that 1 square meal a day. So let's not make an effort to turn this into Hindu-Muslim as well. When we talk about the 2.1, we need to ensure that a 2.1 cannot mean a 3, because here we are talking about a population explosion. When we talk about the reduction is because there has been...
But Imran Ahmed, here's the problem. We are looking at a declining fertility rate. You cannot deny that, because we just gave you the facts of that. And when you talk about the population policy, it can't be based on what's happening today. It's going to be based on the projections.
Yes, so the reason why we have had this reduction is because constantly, whichever government has been in power has been working towards this reduction.
Yes.
We all know from our families that our grandparents were, I don't know, I mean, across the panel, whoever I've met, your grandparents always had 7, 8, 9, 10 siblings. Whereas today, I don't even know any of me, nobody in my friend circle has those many number of siblings. So governments, irrespective of BJP, Congress, anybody else, they have been constantly working towards controlling this. Now, this impact has to also be considered that there have been successful in bringing that explosion down.
Yes, they brought it down, but should it continue to go down? Desh Ratan Nigam, should it continue to go down? Yes, the BJP has also been part of central policy making, where they have said that this is population explosion. There needs to be fewer people, lesser stress on resources.
That you gave, that Hindus are at 1.9, that means they are not at replaceable level. That one fact is, and Muslims are 0.4, which means 0.3% above the replacement. So balancing needs to be done. Secondly, the revision in the population policy needs to be there, because statistical data clearly shows graphical projections of the future. If we continue on this declining path, what will we doing for our generation? That needs to be taken into account. As rightly said, it is not about today, it is about tomorrow and day after tomorrow in terms of large time.
Let me quickly go across, take that point across to IP Singh. Eventually it comes down to Hindu-Muslim. Eventually तो यही बन गया है ना कि ये हिंदू का पॉपुलेशन ये है और मुस्लिम का. ऐसी बातें आदमी भी क्यों चाहिए अगर पॉलिसी के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, पॉपुलेशन ऑफ इंडियाज पॉलिसी.
देखिए, बीजेपी कहती बहुत कुछ है, आरएसएस कहता बहुत कुछ है, लेकिन मुझे याद है कि जब 2014 में मोदी जी आए तो बड़े प्राउडली कहते थे कि हम 125 करोड़ का भारत है और मोदी जी के रहते रहते 150 करोड़ आबादी बढ़ गई. सवाल ये है कि भूखमरी, गरीबी, बेरोजगारी, आप उस दर्द को समझिए. आप जिसको मोटिवेट कर रहे हैं कि भाई 2 नहीं, 3 नहीं, 4 नहीं, 6 बच्चे करिए, आखिर उन्हें रोटी कहां से मिलेगी?
वो बीजेपी ने तो बोला नहीं अब तक ये बात. आईपी सिंह जी,
अरे भाई, बीजेपी आरएसएस को अलग क्यों करती है? आरएसएस के सब बच्चे हैं. आरएसएस के जो 69 संगठन है उसी में से एक बीजेपी भी है.
बीजेपी तो अभी भी सेंट्रल पॉलिसी यही है
सरकार तो
कि हम दो हमारे दो
है ना. सवाल यही है कि आप इम्प्लीमेंट तो करिए. आप तो कभी पॉपुलेशन कंट्रोल को लेके आपने कभी कुछ किया ही नहीं इस देश में. आप सबक सिखाने की, बताने की, रिक्वेस्ट करने की, भ्रमित करने की बातें तो करते हैं, लेकिन जो गरीब हैं उनके बच्चे बढ़ रहे हैं. हाँ ठीक है, जो ऐसा क्लास है जो जिनके पास संसाधन है, संपन्न है, उनकी आबादी गिर रही है, लेकिन जो गरीब लोग हैं उनकी आबादी बढ़ रही है. ये चिंता का विषय है. कुल मिला के दुनिया जब भी भारत की तरफ देखती है,
there is no data which actually bears that out exactly. उसका एग्जैक्ट डेटा नहीं है कि एग्जैक्टली कौन से वाले इकोनॉमिक क्राइटेरियाज में बढ़ रहे हैं. राहुल ईश्वर, you wanted to have a last word on this?
Please remember, human resource is the greatest resource. Demographic dividend is India's greatest resource, and we need to maintain this demographic resource. Please remember, China is reversing the policy. South Korea is collapsing. Japan is collapsing. Elon Musk continuously points out. Please remember, 100 years down the line, what should be the population? Should be the idea of our policy. And please remember, optimum population is the way ahead. Not either overpopulation or underpopulation. And that optimum population is 2 to 3. And we Hindus are falling behind.
2 to 3, what is that 2.1? That is the confusion, Rahul Ishwar. What is the 2.1? As per the RSS Sanjalak, he has said that means 3.
2.1, he said in a metaphoric sense that we cannot make, maybe it's in fractions we can do that. 2 to 3 is the ideal rate, and that is the optimum rate. That is a world accepted figure. That was not discovered by Mohan Bhagwat. WHO, UN, all the organizations.
Yes, 2.1 is what was the recommended rate for growth, but what really is India's optimal record when it comes to population? Well, that I believe will still be up for debate. Well, thank you so much, gentlemen, all of you, for joining us. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. That's all we could pack in for you. A quick break. We return in 2 minutes.